Welcome back to yet another day in quarantine and celebration time. I've reached the halfway point. Today is day 7 and things are getting a little monotonous. Even when I was doing my exercises this morning, I was like, this is exactly the same as it's been every other day. Usually I really like to vary my workouts, do something one day and then something entirely different the next. Maybe even take a day off and go for a hike or go snowboarding or something. So sitting in here is, definitely the lack of fresh air is the hardest part for me, I would say. Being stuck in here, I'm doing okay, I'm getting work done. Talking to family, talking to friends is really nice, and having all you guys to talk to and answering all the comments and everything has been great. But fresh air is getting to me for sure. I would just love to go and sit in a green park somewhere. Even if I was 50 meters away from any other people, they'd be fine if I could just sit on the grass and get the sun on my face. And so that being said, a few people have asked what is the best part of my day. And actually, it's coming here in about 3 minutes. This has become my morning routine now. After I finish my workout, I grab myself a cup of tea. I put my chair exactly where I'm sitting right now, because at 8:22 in the morning, the sun comes up behind the buildings over there. And I'm right in downtown Sydney, so the buildings are all huge, and I'm only on the 6th floor. And so that means the sun comes up, but it actually only gives me direct sunlight until about 8:54. I mean, who's counting? So that's all the direct sun I get for the entire day. After that, the sun moves around. I guess I'm facing pretty much east right now. So it's really only in the morning that I get to see the sun. And lots of people suggested that I get vitamin D tablets or something to try and make up for the lack of sun. My answer to that is to sit here in the sun and make sure I take full advantage of it. So I hope you won't mind if I sit here and lizard in the sun for a little bit. And then for the rest of today, I'll show you some of my other highlights. Obviously food arriving is a big one. Of course, I love food, talking to friends and family, but packages that have arrived as well have made me really happy. And actually I'm expecting some more today. And so I'll show those to you guys, and a few more fun, distracting toys, a few more skills to work on. But no time for work right now. Time for enjoying the sunshine. Hear the rustling outside my door right now. Breakfast is here.
Hi, sir. Now it's your turn.
Now it's my turn. That's
Yes.
great.
Can you confirm your name and date of birth?
Dan and Greg.
Yeah. There we go. Now I'm just going to take your temperature.
Sure.
36.5 down. And how are you doing, Dan? Any fever, cough, sore throat, shortness of breath?
Feel fine.
Can you find no symptoms at all?
Nothing at all.
Alright. Ready for the fun part? If you don't mind, since you're kind of tall, bend down a bit for me. Just put your feet like that. Yeah. Right. And then lean against the door.
Yeah.
Face the wall, please. Say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a deeper. Now the nose. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a breath.
Thanks.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. Hold on.
Thank you.
Don't use this because we have the same as me too, okay?
Say that again, sorry.
Don't use this with you.
Okay.
Same as day 2.
Thanks very much.
That's just me.
Thanks. Have a good day. So you obviously just saw that. That was not pleasant at all. And I actually had my head back against the door I couldn't pull back any further, and I really wanted to. Oh, it gets to a certain spot in your nose, and then they start twisting it, and I guess it's not pain. It's like, it tickles, and it just is like, I want it to stop, you know? Oh, this video was supposed to be highlights, but so I guess I just learned I got a test on day 2. I got a test today on day 7. I get another test on day 12, and then the police come and visit me on day 13, because I guess it's the police from New South Wales, that's the state I'm in right now. They are the ones who are like operating all of this and, you know, have made it all mandatory and everything. So they'll visit me on day 13, and apparently they give me like an information packet. They give me the bill, the $3,000 bill, and all this other information. And then I just learned New South Wales have a requirement. I have to get a test myself on day 16. So even though I leave on day 14 and I'm going to catch a plane to Victoria, a different state, while I'm there, I have to go and get another test. It's a requirement. And I don't know yet whether then I have to like submit that to the state of New South Wales, or if it's negative that I just do nothing and they don't care. But obviously if it's positive, you know, that's a huge problem. So yeah, pretty serious business. You saw the girl there, like full hazmat suit. Pretty, at the end of it there, I could hear them too. They started wiping down the door. So I don't know if that's because I was touching what is now the outside of the door. They want to wipe it down, I guess, in case anyone else touches it, or for the next person that comes along or whatever. So they're not messing around. They're taking this really seriously. But I get it. Australia wants to keep COVID out, and I might have it. So they have to be careful, and that's how it goes. Oh, now that the unpleasantries are out of the way, let's talk about some other things that are a bit exciting. Really fun, exciting stuff. Got a delivery today, new trash bags and new toilet paper. That's pretty exciting. And even I got a stack of new sheets for the bed. So all this stuff was just sitting outside on my table this morning. And the deal is I'm just bagging up all of my own trash. And when the bag's full, I just put it out the door. And I'm going to change my own sheets on the bed. I guess it's day 7, halfway through my stay, change the sheets, and then I have to bag up the dirty sheets and put those outside the door as well. So for the entire duration of my 14 days in here, nobody's coming into this room. I guess that's all part of their thing, got to keep COVID out. But today, highlight, I did get a few packages and I'm really excited. So let's run through, let's play with them. They're going to keep me entertained and you'll see them pop up in my videos from now on. The first one I got is a skipping rope. So I can't remember the last time that I used a skipping rope. I guess I was a kid, maybe even back in like high school. And so it's kind of funny actually to skip for the first time in a long time. I'm actually not very good at it. It's actually like more difficult than I remember. And part of the thing is if I'm not careful, the rope hits the roof. I guess tall people problems. But I feel like you're going to see this crop up in my morning workout videos from now on, and I might just shorten the length of it a tiny bit, figure out, because I think it's longer than I need it to be right now. Like it's that long. I don't think my hands are that high when I'm actually skipping, so maybe I'll shorten it down just a fraction, and then there'll be less chance of it hitting the roof. I guess I could practice that right now by just holding it not on the ends. See if it still works okay, which it does. It's not hitting my head or my feet right now. I did just hit the TV though. I probably should watch out for that. And then a couple more packages which are really fun. I got this thing. What is this thing? Also, it says on the instructions or on the rules for this place, you're not allowed to have sharp objects delivered. I guess, you know, they don't want you to have scissors and knives and stuff. Little do they know I had this in my checked luggage. So I do actually have a very sharp serrated knife in here, which I'm going to guess is against the rules, or they're probably not happy about it, but I promise to behave. So in here, oh, it's sparkly. I didn't know it was going to be sparkly. I bought a hula hoop. So again, this is something that I have not played with since elementary school, probably. And I have a confession to make. I never learned how to use a hula hoop. So I guess I never got the memo on how you actually do this. That's about it for me in hula hooping. So again, I figured, I don't know, am I supposed to go front to back or am I supposed to go side to side? But I guess typical white boy, I can't move my hips. So you might see this crop up from time to time, either in my workout videos or just when I'm like practicing stuff. But I feel like it's along similar veins as like learning how to juggle 4 balls or the didgeridoo, or it's like I've got time on my hands. I need ways to entertain myself. Why not learn a skill that I never learned properly? So now I own a sparkly hula hoop. Who would have thought? Oops. And then finally, this one is going to keep me entertained. I'm quite sure about it. Let's have a look in here. Again, this is a skill that I did actually play with at various times in my life, and I got close, but I've never been able to solve a Rubik's Cube. And so Rubik's Cube is kind of interesting because it really is just like a mathematical thing. There are actually equations to solve these. And back when I used to be an engineer, obviously I was into that kind of thing. And we should remember what it looks like because it's not going to look like this again for a long time. But there's actually equations for how you can move these and solve it like in a very known way. So you're not just kind of like making it up as you go along, doing what I'm doing now and hoping for the best. There are actually techniques to this. And I'm trying to remember, I did know at one point how to do some of this. The idea is the middle pieces never move. So for example, this face will always be red no matter what. And I think my goal is I want to get the right red piece here. So it needs to be red on this face and it needs to be blue on that face. And so if I look around for it, it's actually just over there. So it's in the right place right now, except it's just rotated wrong. And so once you know that, there is actually a formula you can use to rotate this. And I can't remember it off the top of my head, but now it's been rotated, but it's on the wrong side. Now I go like that. No, that didn't help. Same problem. Do 2 that way, then maybe you go 2 that way, then 2 that way, then 2 that way. No, it didn't help. So anyway, what I'm going to do is spend a bit of time on Google and try to remember and try to look up the different algorithms for moving all the different pieces around. And again, I've got some time on my hands, so why wouldn't I learn a skill like learning the Rubik's Cube? And I guess there's a few different ways you can do it too. There's like speed cubing, where the moves are difficult and unintuitive, but you'll get the solution very quickly, versus kind of the like slow and steady approach where you just tick off, like I was trying to do, you just tick off kind of like one piece at a time, and you just slowly lock in pieces and then like graduate to the next piece. I think once you've got kind of those 4 correct, you do that on all faces, then you get the corners correct, and then I think somewhere along the line, the very last corners become the hardest, because when you're manipulating them, you have to be careful not to ruin everything else that you've already done. So you have to kind of do all of these moves to get the piece how you want it, but then you have to sort of do all of these moves to undo all of the side effects that you just created. But I feel like in the next 7 days, I've got 7 days left, I'm going to solve this thing, and hopefully I can kind of remember how to do it. It'll be a good party trick to have up my sleeve, and someone someday in the future is going to say, Dan, how did you ever have the time to solve a Rubik's Cube and learn how to do it? I'll say, it was easy. They just locked me in a hotel for 14 days. So I hope you've enjoyed this little insight into the highlights and I guess also one of the lowlights of my days. And it is the halfway mark, so I should celebrate. I should be happy. Hopefully my delicious Australian snack food is getting here tomorrow. That's definitely something to look forward to. And yeah, I mean, of course, in a perfectly safe, warm, dry environment, they deliver 3 meals a day. So, you know, there's nothing really to complain about. New video comes out every day right now. And let me know if you've got any questions, you've got things you think I should be doing, things I should be working on, how to spend my time. I am here. So looking for ways to entertain myself. Have fun out there in the big wide world. Get some sun on your face. Walk in the green grass for me. And I will see you guys tomorrow.